13th day of Tingemas. 13 grade 9, 12 pens writing, 11 English classes, 10 red pens, 9 key concepts, 8 literary devices, 7 teachers teaching, 6 rhyming couplets, 5 war poems, 4 highlighters, 3 post-it notes, 2 mock exams, and a poetry anthology. Hello and welcome back to Tingemas Literature. Today is actually day 13 of Tingemas. Now, you should know already that Tingemas is a series in which I go over the 15 power and conflict poems in the run-up to Christmas. And now, 13 may be seen as an unlucky number, but every Tingemas video is a good video, so let's get right into it by reading through the poem. There once was a country, I left it as a child, but my memory of it is sunlight clear. For it seems I never saw it in that November which, I am told, comes to the mildest city. The worst news I receive of it cannot break my original view. The bright, filled paperweight. It may be at war, it may be sick with tyrants, but I am branded by an impression of sunlight. The white streets of that city, the graceful slopes, glow even clearer as time rolls its tanks and the frontiers rise between us, close like waves. That child's vocabulary I carried here, like a hollow doll, opens and spills a grammar soon as I shall every day coloured molecule of it. It may by now be a lie, banned by the state, but I can't get it off my tongue, it tastes of sunlight. I have no passport, there's no way back at all, but my city comes to me in its own white plane. It lies down in front of me, docile as paper. I comb its hair and love its shining eyes. My city takes me dancing through the city of walls. They accuse me of absence, they circle me, they accuse me of being dark in their free city. My city hides behind me. They mutter death and my shadow falls as evidence of sunlight. Now let's analyse some key parts of the poem. Ellipsis indicates a flashback or exploration of memories, and sunlight clear is pathetic fallacy that juxtaposes her understanding as an adult in contrast to her as a child. I am told draws distinction between experience and what the speaker has actually heard. Filled paperweight is a metaphor that shows her childhood memories to be shallow and unrealistic to what the world actually is nowadays. Branded often connotates with negative marks and therefore wrongness, which infers that she is wrong about what she thinks her home country. Rolls its tanks is nature being personified into a relentless and destructive force, and the frontiers is directly juxtaposes between the aggressive imagery of frontiers and the purity of nature and its waves. Every coloured molecule is a metaphor that links to the memory of the city with tiny traces to emphasise the value of her memory. But I can't get it off my tongue is synesthesia, which is the mixing of senses which creates a visible confusion in her memories. The city comes to me as personification that expands the metaphor and links to the place she left being surreal and completely innocent to her. Docile as paper is a metaphor that emphasises the emptiness and vulnerability of the speaker. Shining eyes is personification that shows the speaker to treat her memory almost with childlike tenderness. And finally, shadow falls evident of sunlight is a contrast of dark and light made to show that the speaker has come to terms with her two separate identities. Now let's take a look at the theme of the poem. The poem has a deep sense of conflict in terms of emotions and memory, and the poet is torn between her childhood memory and her adult understanding. This also reflects in the form of the city itself today, which has become a hostile, totalitarian place. Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be bringing you Tingemas Day 14 in the next one. See you then.